and I just got back from one a couple hours ago. But I saw Lexi's place had potential, but because nobody's doing anything. There's people everywhere. That no matter where you are in the world, there's going to be people who have mental illness. And statistically, 1 out of 10 teenagers in America are diagnosed with depression, with clinical depression. So that's not just a depressive episode, which is what everybody has at least one depressive episode in their life. It's a manic depressive episode, which is where you're just sad, you're depressed. But there's a difference between feeling depressed and having depression. Depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain. So depression is clinically, it can be helped through antidepressants, and it can be helped. But manic depressive episodes, medication can't necessarily help that, because that's not something that adding dopamine and endorphins into your brain is going to help. That's something that everybody goes through. Nobody is going to live their entire life 100% happy all the time. That's just unrealistic, because things happen. I could stand up here and tell you like a sad story after sad story about my life, but that isn't going to solve anything. That's just going to be me telling about things that have happened.
We guys, we are, in case you haven't realized that half the kids here are tattooed. They swear what happens here stays here, and that's one of the good things about coming here. They can be themselves. Then it's a couple of meetings where the parents came in. Some of the teens were like, I'm not done yet. Maybe the parents leave. It's a lot easier to be a teen with other teens than it is around adults. You think depression is part of the whole, problem?
Well, yeah. Because what happens is things happen. So situations happen that leads to thoughts. It's called the thoughts, feeling, behavior triangle. So if I had something to draw a triangle on right now, I would. So just imagine a triangle. A triangle. If I can do one. But so something happens, and that leads to thoughts. So say your boyfriend/girlfriend, whoever you're into, doesn't answer your call. What are some thoughts you might have?
Mad.
Well, that's an emotion, like thoughts, physical thoughts.
Like, oh my gosh, he doesn't like me anymore.
Exactly.
He wants to break up with me.
Yeah. He doesn't like me. He's cheating on me. Doesn't like me. Blah blah blah. Hate you, bro. But so those are going to lead to feelings. So that could be. That's pretty much. Any emotion can be caused by that. Anger, sadness, nervousness, fear, anxiety. All of them can be caused by that. And then overwhelming feelings can be led to behaviors. And everybody has different coping skills. Everybody reacts differently to anything. There's not one person that reacts to something the same as another person does. And unfortunately, some coping skills are negative. That include self-harm, substance abuse, anything, any destructive activity. And there are so many better ways that you can deal with them, but people don't know that.
Right. Because I want the adults here to learn what's in the mind of a teen. What's some things that made you depressed?
Well,
I know you don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm fine with talking about it. I've had, things have happened. I watched my older sister committed suicide, but they were able to bring her back. Can't say that with the camera on. My best friend committed suicide, and things have happened. And so obviously that leaves me bummed out. Arguments with parents leads teens to feeling sad, because that just happens. Anger, sadness. Like I was saying, events lead to thoughts, leads to feelings, leads to behaviors. It's all chained together. And what teens and anybody could learn from this is that if you can change something in that triangle before the behavior, everything is going to be so much better. So if you assume the best of things, like you always should, and that's like one of the major skills in dialectical behavior therapy, is if you assume the best. So say your boyfriend, girlfriend doesn't pick up the phone. So if you assume the best, you might be thinking, oh, he's busy. He's buying things for me. He's, whatever. If you assume the best, if your thoughts are more positive, your feelings are going to be more positive. So you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go out, have pizza, go out for a party or whatever people do now. I'm boring and I don't do anything. But
You play in a band,
I guess.
and you're pretty good. You're pretty good. I don't want to blow your head off.
So, and then if the thoughts are more positive, the feelings are more positive. So, it's just feelings are different. So then your behavior is going to be more positive. It's going to be more positive. So it's just going to be what you would have done regardless. If you can change the cycle of things before it gets to destructive behavior, that's what.
Sorry. Probably one of my girlfriends calling.
Yeah. Hopefully they think positive.
I'm thinking positive, I am.
And
You know, Brett, I have to interrupt you for 1 second. How old are you?
I'm 15.
He's 15 years old, and I'm so proud of him because, I mean.
Brad's going to be one of the leaders that I'm calling on. You guys can see it already, I
shucks.
think. All right, let's let Carl. I don't want to cut you off, but we're going to get back to you because you're intelligent as hell. You guys.